Like it's just fantastic literature.
I can only imagine
Like the prose is just top notch.
I can only imagine it's on Chuck Tingle level. He's no Hemingway, but he's a capable writer.
I'd say so. What do you think the no, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I was just no, you go ahead. You're still fucking around. I was gonna get it started.
Ask what, no, yeah, let's go ahead.
No, I want to hear.
Into it.
I want to hear what you have to say.
Oh, I was going to ask what you thought the job market for hermitry was these days.
Is that what it's called? Hermitry?
I guess so. I'm coining it.
Hermitry? Wouldn't it be like more like
it's a whole field now.
Wouldn't it be more like hermitage?
Whatever.
Hermiculture?
I like hermiculture. Going with that.
It's freaky and it's spooky. It will make your diaper poopy. It's all the rage on Graveyard Row. It's another bloodcast though. Ha 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 ha.
Could be a rich person's garden gnome. I don't know. Might get boring.
You're kind of tall though for a gnome, and that's what they would say to you every time they passed you. It's like, oh, you're kind of tall for a gnome, aren't you? They get back with their groceries.
Yeah, I don't hear that.
On their way back into the house, and you're still sitting there, and they're like, oh, you're kind of tall for a garden gnome, aren't you? And they do that every time they walk by you. You
Gadget just knocked something over, and I don't know what it was. I'm looking around. I don't see anything knocked over, but I heard it.
She knock over the plutonium?
Okay. I don't think so. Whatever, I'll find out later. Anyway.
Oh, your speakers aren't on, are they?
No, they still are.
Gadget, eat my ghastly ass.
Don't tell her to do that.
Well, no, it's like I don't want the cat to like eat my ass. It's just the thing you say to like. It's like fuck off.
This is a figurative declaration.
Like, what are you thinking?
Figuratively eat my ghastly ass.
Fucking pervert.
I don't know. You said it.
Yeah, well, I know what I meant. Oh shit.
I guess that's fair.
Well, this should be fun. I'm recording
What?
at 60 beats per minute. I don't know if that's gonna mean anything because I'll turn off warp and all that, but
You're not wrong. We're gonna have like a metronome in the background.
well, I can add it. I don't know if it'll see if it.
I don't think we need that.
I don't think it's gonna. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
This is the tempo we're recording at right now.
Well, we need to keep this episode in time.
What?
I don't want any slipping out of time on this episode.
Every beat is a second, so it's kind of like a clock.
In the pocket or what?
Wait, that's enough of that. It's enough of that fucking clowning around. We gotta start this shit. Stop clowning around.
Yeah. No fucking clowns.
Nope. No clowns.
0.
All right. Well, hey, you want to do a little introduction?
You want me to do it?
I could do it. I don't know. If you want to do it that way, we can do like I'll introduce it on your day and you'll introduce it on my day. How about that?
Sounds good.
How does that variety of Lunchables grab you?
I dig it. Did you have a favorite Lunchable?
No, not really. I never really got into
different.
Never really got into the Lunchables.
Yeah.
'Cause by the time they came out, I was like too old for that shit. But my grandma used to buy them.
I mean, yeah.
My grandma used to buy them, but it was like she never bought any like wild ones, wacky and wild ones. She just got like the ham and cheese one or the bologna and cheese one. That was about all I know about.
Was there a turkey one? I think there was a turkey one. That's all. Ham and turkey. That's all I remember.
Yeah, I don't remember the turkey one, but I'm sure I had the turkey. It sounds basic as shit. There was no like.
Yep.
There was no fucking prosciutto and truffle Lunchables when I was growing up. There was no Lunchables with the gabagool.
None. Same here.
Oh, do we know what we're talking about? Did you decide? Because I have no idea. Because last time...
Still doing disappearances.
All right.
Various.
You got any ideas for a news thing?
No.
All right.
Not at all.
Fucking shining the news again. That's fine with me. All right, here we go.
Short one.
What? What'd you say?
This might be a short episode.
Okay.
It's
pretty bad, isn't it? The lag.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. We're up to like 3 or 4 seconds now.
It's not that bad. But yeah, getting close. Getting close to that. I'm going to go ahead and start this then. Welcome to episode 8 of It's Another Podcast, though. This is Mike.
And I'm Joe.
And here we go.
Ah, shit.
That's fine. There's plenty of space. I can edit all that out. It works. So, what are we talking about today?
Well, I'm gonna see if I can connect because I have my just the you know router, and then I have like a hotspot in my room. That's got to be the better one, right? The hotspot.
Well, I mean, it's probably better if you um, hooked up directly to your modem, like a LAN.
It would be. That's in the living room, and I'm in my room.
Oh. I don't know. Yeah, you want to try the other one?
I don't even see it on this list, which is
Yep, we can wait. We're not doing anything like recording a podcast or anything while you fuck around with your internet, Joe.
Hey, I'm just trying to fix this.
It's fine. Take all the time you need. Just don't disappear on us.
Nah, well, I don't really know what I'm doing. Yeah. Fuck it, let's just go.
Well, I want you to fix it if you can. Make it better. It's probably... I was just giving you shit. If you can make it better, you should make it better. Holy shit, Joe disappeared. It's a mysterious and spooky disappearance, which is going to be our subject today. This is week 3 of Spooky Month. We're dealing with spooky internet. And it's fucking Thursday. Welcome back,
Okay,
sir.
I don't think that changed anything. Thanks.
Is it still a delay?
I don't know. Is there?
I don't know. Is there? You tell me.
Yeah, I think so.
It sounds a little better. Your Zoom image looks a little better than it did. It's not stuttering as much.
Okay, well. I wonder
Here's a tip.
if it would help if I... Yeah?
Go LAN for your internet. Not now, but in the future. If you need some cable, I have some. How far is it from your modem to your computer?
About 30 feet.
So a 50-foot cable should get you there, no problem.
Yeah, I guess I could do that just for recording purposes.
Okay. Well, I got a cable for you.
Okay, cool. We'll try that.
All right. So we got...
Guess, yeah. Let's do this.
We got the introduction out of the way. Some other stuff.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. So,
Yeah. Let's talk about some shit.
yeah, what are we talking about today?
Strange disappearances.
Spooky.
Yeah, mildly. Some are, some aren't.
Let's get the fuck to it, yeah?
Yeah. Okay. So, According, over some people go missing every year. Luckily, but thousands of them are not found.
So everything you just said
It's
is unintelligible.
a little spooky. Oh man! God damn it!
You want to try that again?
Now it's. God damn it! This is bullshit.
We're gonna get through this. We are. But you're gonna have to do your whole intro over again.
This is so bad.
And we're leaving all this in, by the way. We're leaving all of this in.
Fantastic. The travails of modern shitty internet. All right. I'm gonna go again.
Okay.
According to the National Missing and Unidentified Person System, over 600,000 people go missing every year. Luckily, most of those people are found, because that's a lot of missing people.
It's a lot of milk
thousands
cartons.
of them. Yeah, thousands of them are not found ever. That's unsettling. Thousands of people just walking off into the ocean, or I guess a lot of them probably go change their name and just set up shop in a new town, or are human trafficked, kidnapped.
You never know when a village needs a hermit.
I hear it's a saturated market right now. So don't do it. They're up to like 3 hermits per cave system. It's a shit show.
It's a very anti-hermit climate out there right now.
Anyway. Yeah, there's just too many people. All right, I'm gonna start with one a disappearance that probably everybody has heard of. So I'm gonna start with something familiar, and a guy named D.B. Cooper. You ever heard of him?
Dude, I was thinking when you said that, I was thinking D.B. Cooper.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's spooky. But yes, I'm familiar. But I would love to hear the story again.
Now, here's something I don't know. I didn't know this. I mean, I had a basic knowledge of the D.B. Cooper story. What I didn't know is that the D.B. part was just a mistake by the media. Somebody just heard it wrong, and then they reported that, and it just took off. The alias that the guy gave at the airport was Dan Cooper. So right off the bat, everybody's got bad information. Dan Cooper was the guy that hijacked a plane that was going from Portland to Seattle on November 24th, 1971, day before Christmas. I mean, Thanksgiving. Christmas.
November, the famous Christmas Eve, November 24th.
Oh boy, off to a good start. Okay, where was I? Christmas Eve, no, Thanksgiving Eve. Jesus Christ.
Does the day before Thanksgiving even have a name?
That's it, the day before Thanksgiving.
Okay.
We don't call it Thanksgiving Eve.
The day before Thanksgiving, December 24th.
Okay, so Portland to Seattle. Uh, Dan Cooper.
Why would
We'll just call him DB Cooper for, uh, disambiguation. Just because everybody knows him as DB Cooper. So I'm going to knock off that Dan Cooper shit. DB Cooper.
why?
But,
Wait, hold on. Why would
Yeah.
you even need to take a plane from Portland to Seattle? It's like a 2-hour drive.
I don't know. I mean, I've taken a plane from San Diego to Las Vegas. So I don't know. People are lazy as shit.
Yeah, it was the 70s, I guess.
Yeah. There's way less people, I think. You could throw a stone and not hit a hermit thing in those days. Now, there's a hermit right behind me. There's so many now. Okay, so shortly after takeoff, DB Cooper handed a note to a flight attendant in which he claimed to have a bomb in his briefcase. She was skeptical, I think, because he opened it for her. He was like, "What, you don't believe me? Fuck you. Here it is. Here's my bomb." And she later said that it had a bunch of wires and red sticks. Dynamite, I'm guessing, or something manufactured to look like dynamite. Let's say fabricated instead of manufactured. And a battery. So it at least looked legit to the untrained eye of a flight attendant. And she believed him. And his demands were for $200,000 in $20 bills.
It was just
4 parachutes.
It was just a pack of hot dogs with some wires sticking out of it, wasn't it?
Probably, yeah.
Connected to a lantern battery.
Yep. But it was the 70s. People, it's like, people didn't know what bombs looked like. They didn't have our vast knowledge that we have now with the internet and all of the movies from the 80s
Yeah.
that showed us what real bombs look like.
Do you think hot
Which
dogs
is,
looked different back
like
then?
No, I'm pretty sure they look the same. But everyone knows now that a real bomb looks like a bowling ball with a wick coming out of the top that's sparking. So
It's called a fuse,
I think that's-
man. It's called a fuse, not a wick. That's if it has a wick, it's just a bowling ball candle.
of course you're correct. And, I was using layman's terms. Not everybody knows what a fuse is, which is it looks like a hot dog but smaller and flammable.
Yeah, I'm familiar with those hot dog looking flammable fuses.
Everything looked like a hot dog in the 70s.
Fair enough. Even hot dogs.
Yeah.
Hot
I'll have
dogs
to go
look
for a
like
hot dog right
hot
now.
dogs. You know,
What's your favorite kind of hot dog?
I want to say Chicago dog, but
It's a good one.
it depends on where you get it from, you know?
Okay. True.
But I mean,
I like a good chili dog.
Good chili dog. Yeah, that's always a
myself.
classic. Yeah, you know.
Onions and cheese on top.
Tijuana Street Death Dog. It's always good.
I made some for myself a couple weeks ago. Bacon wrapped, and it's grilled onions. That's a TJ Street Dog. Yeah,
Very
it was good.
And we're back with hot dog talk.
I don't know if you can tell, but
How the fuck did we get on hot dogs?
So, the bomb, the fake bomb that DV Cooper had.
That's
He had
right.
a briefcase full of hot dogs
Connected
that the flight attendant mistook for a bomb.
connected to a 12-volt lantern battery.
Yeah. To be fair, that might work today. Because everyone's so kind of scared when they fly, which I guess for good reason. You know what with all the things that happened in the past.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You ever have those vegan hot dogs came in a can?
No, we're talking Vienna sausages are definitely, those are not vegan.
No, not Vienna sausages. They're like fuck, what were they called? I forget what they're called. Now I have to look this up. They're vegan hot dogs that came in a can.
Like Spam?
Sorta.
Whatever. I'm picturing something absolutely disgusting.
Give me a second here.
Okay, so I'm going to go back to the shit while you look that up.
Well, hold on.
So the flight. Oh, God damn it.
Let's just finish this thought before we get into.
Okay, let's
Because we're
hold
still
up red on that sweater.
we're still derailed on the hot dog bit, so might as well, right?
Let's play it out.
And what the fuck were they? Big Franks.
Man, that could really go
Big
for
Franks.
a Chicago dog right now.
That's what they were called, Big Franks.
What time frame are we talking about? Like recent?
I'm gonna show you a can of Big Franks right now.
I can't wait. I'm gonna forget what we were talking about.
Yeah, no, it's just the rest of the podcast is done. We're talking about hot dogs now. Yeah. Have you ever had
Little
these?
change of plans.
Have you ever had these? They're
Oh
amazing.
my God, no.
They're
Are
amazing.
they actually good?
They're good.
Huh.
Yeah. If you see them in
I'm
the
not against vegan stuff, by the way. Like I'll get down on it. I don't care.
No, Big Franks are fucking awesome. They're not like Vienna sausages at all, which are gross and terrible.
Yeah, those are gross. Although Little Smokies are pretty good.
I don't know what those are.
You ever have those?
No.
They're little tiny sausages. And they're smoky. They're called Little Smokies.
Little Smokies. I did get, you know what a Tijuana Mama is, right?
That's the spicy pickled hot
sausage.
dog, right?
Yep. Well, it's not really a hot dog. It's like smaller, but fucking love those things. Pickled
I don't
sausages.
think I've ever had one.
I love pickled sausages. Guess what, buddy?
Well,
I've got a ton.
I've never had a pickled sausage.
I've got a ton. You're gonna have one soon when we go on our field trip. Do you still want to do that
Okay.
today,
Well,
or do you want to wait?
I guess we can wait. I mean, I was going to suggest that we take a break, go get some hot dogs, and then and then revisit the disappearances on a full stomach.
Are you hungry? You want to take a little break? I just ate. I had
could eat.
I had a burrito like not too long ago.
Okay. No, let's just power through. I might digress into some more food talk.
That's fine. I'm okay with that.
Okay.
This episode is going awesome.
All right, so it's fun.
Okay.
So the flight landed in Seattle, and DB Cooper's demands were met. He was given $200,000 in $20 bills. I wonder what that weighed. That might have been a mistake to have $200,000 in $20 bills.
That's a
Like, I wonder if
thousand.
he thought,
Wait, that's a 200,000. That's 10,000 $20 bills. What does that weigh? Keep going. I'll have the answer soon.
like, I'm wondering if he thought he could, like, hook up all of the parachutes at one time so that he wasn't weighed down. Like, if that was the kind of logic. He's like, well, that's a lot of $20 bills. I'll just use more parachutes. So I don't think that's how it works. But anyway, his demands were met, and he let all the passengers off, 36 passengers. But he kept 2 pilots, a flight engineer, and a flight attendant on board the plane. And then they refueled and took off again. And he directed the pilots to fly him to Mexico City, south of the border.
I have an answer on the weight.
Okay, let's hear it.
$200,000 in $20 bill denominations weighs 10 kilograms. So about 22 pounds.
Well, that's not that much.
It's not that much money.
Yeah,
Why didn't he ask
apparently
for
he was
$2
kind of
million?
I guess he thought that might be greedy. He like just wanted his fair share.
That would have weighed 220 pounds.
Yeah, that seems less realistic.
That you would need the extra parachute for. You don't need an extra parachute
I'm guessing
22 pounds.
Yeah. I think he had some pretty basic knowledge of like flying and jumping out of planes. Maybe he was a veteran or a pilot or something, because he told them to stay below 10,000 feet and slower than 200 knots. So I don't know. He knew that
he knew what he was
jumping
doing.
out of a plane. Well, I mean, kinda. He had it planned out on paper anyway, because he didn't get that far, because somewhere around Ariel, Washington, at around 8 p.m., he lowered the rear steps, opened the door, and jumped out. Money and parachute
Without the
in
parachutes.
hand. I think maybe he only took one.
The fuck did he want the other 3 for then?
I think he was just trying to confuse the authorities. Maybe he's got accomplices. What does he want 4 parachutes for? Just keeping them on their toes. And he was never seen again. Although, uh, in 1980, 9 years after he jumped out of that plane, a little boy found a buried, decaying package containing $5,800 in $20 bills along the Columbia River north of Portland, about 20 miles from Ariel, Washington. And the serial numbers all matched those that were given to D.B. Cooper. But that was the last clue that anyone ever found of that fellow. So you got it.
Did you know in 2014 there was a movie released called Bigfoot versus D.B. Cooper?
No.
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard of that. I wonder if it's any good.
Well, I'm looking at the images for it, and it looks like it's like softcore gay porn.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe I have seen it.
I don't know. I don't know where Bigfoot or D.B. Cooper come in to these images. Yeah, it just looks like softcore beefcake masturbatory material.
That's hot.
There you go.
I don't. Maybe Bigfoot did get him. Maybe D.B. Cooper landed safely in the Washington wilds.
He buried
victim.
He buried his money.
Bigfoot.
Yeah. He landed, buried his money,
his little nest egg,
ran into Bigfoot, and they lived happily ever after.
I like that theory. That's a good one. Let's put a happy ending on D.B. Cooper's story.
I think we just did, my friend.
I like it. All right. Our next strange disappearance happened.
I want to do a number, but we already did that. I want to do a number.
It's played out.
Fucking done. Fucking find a new shtick already, asshole.
We can't dip into that well too many times. Okay, so now we're talking about this English fella, Owen Parfitt, the summer of 1763-ish.
Oh, we're not going in historical order, are we?
No, jumping all over the place.
We're jumping back and forth like Bill and Ted on Speed, man.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what we're doing.
Well, let's hear it.
Anyway. So this guy, Owen Parfitt, apparently a veteran of some wars. Maybe like he might have been like a mercenary, because he disappeared for a long time. That's not the mysterious part. People just kind of forgot about him because he was from a small village called Shepton Mallet, and he took off when he was a teenager, and then came back and he was all fucked up. He's not quite paralyzed, but almost an invalid. And he lived with his sister on a nice farmhouse in the English countryside, and just kind of sat on the porch, not doing shit, but just enjoying the air. as much as he could.
Like he wasn't
Couldn't really
even
walk much.
he wasn't even like whittling a stick or smoking a pipe
He might
or
have had
anything.
some real basic motor functions. I guess he couldn't see very well, couldn't hear very well, couldn't walk much.
Okay.
Yeah, he was only 60 years old at this time. But, in 1763, 60 years old might as well have been 120.
Yeah, you made it that far.
That's
You're doing good.
that's not true at all. I've always heard that, when we talk about like the average lifespan of people back then, it's always skewed because child mortality rates were so low.
Yeah, and it also depended on your how much wealth you had as well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, his sister owned a farm in the countryside, so I don't think they were too bad off. Anyway, uh, but he was in not great shape, and uh, one day, his sister went into town and do some shit, as they did, and came back and he was gone. Just chair that he usually sat on the porch was empty, and he was nowhere to be found. And workers in the farm across the road said she was the only person that had come or gone the entire day on that road. So he just fucked right off. Nobody knows what happened to him. They searched the nearby lakes and ponds. Nothing.
Well, I'm gonna put on my true crime detective hat right now and explain what happened to him.
Okay.
On the morning of the incident, the sister bludgeoned him in his sleep. In the pre-dawn darkness, she loaded him onto the turnip cart, covered him, and drove into town. Along the way, she dumped his body in a gulch or a gully or a creek or a creek.
Maybe a culvert.
Did they have that back then in the 18th century?
I don't know. It's just a word that I've heard closely associated with all those others.
And she
I don't know what I'm talking
made
about.
haste towards town to sell the turnips, thus reinforcing her alibi.
Mm-hmm.
Then when she got back to the farm, she's like, "Oh my God, where's my brother? He must have gone missing. Hey, slaves, have you seen him?" And they're like, No, we haven't seen him. Oh, well, he's gone.
I think they preferred the term indentured servants.
Well, I mean, what's the fucking difference?
No, that's a good theory. I don't think anyone ever questioned her as a suspect.
Yeah, Sherlock Holmes. What do you think of that, asshole?
Yeah,
Anyway,
she was
I
15
took off my...
years older than he was.
Wait, she was 75?
Yeah.
And he was 60.
I didn't give you that pertinent information. Yeah. But I imagine it would have been tough for a 75-year-old woman to take care of a 60-year-old invalid.
Yeah.
I could see her getting frustrated. She's, you know what? Fuck this. How am I going to pull this off?
We're going to consider this mystery solved.
He disappeared. I don't know. Who knows what happened to him?
But why does the well smell so bad?
Maybe he-
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just don't go to that well. Go to the other well.
Yeah. Like how there's always a good Denny's and a bad Denny's in every town. Don't go to the bad one. Just go to the good one.
Mm-hmm. But I want to draw water from the one that smells like death. Nope. A cow fell down that I think that's a plot in something. Oh, so why does your well smell like death, sir? Well, 'cause a cow fell down it. But really, it's my wife. All right, enough true crime, damn it.
Wasn't the husband? We're getting into forbidden territory.
Well, it's just, god damn it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love true crime. I just don't want to talk about true crime. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, we're not, because who knows what the fuck happened. We're not seriously investigating it.
But maybe you, dear listener, can. Email us if you find
you know
out the
something.
mystery at
www.wetfart.com.
No, we actually have an email.
We do.
Yeah. We have an email. It's
Oh, I'm gonna spam the shit out of that.
if you know or want or have investigated this mystery and found the solution, email us at iaptplays@gmail.com. If we get enough audience response, we will do an episode and take your questions or just read whatever imbecilic drivel you happen to send us.
Send us a lot of pictures of your dicks. If you don't mind. I don't.
Yeah, we'll put them up on the internet.
Yeah.
Send us your dick pic. These are not unsolicited dick pics. We want your dick pics, folks.
It's the first time it's happened.
Even if you don't have a dick,
We're making internet history.
just send us a picture of your genitals. We'll put them on the internet for you.
Because it's so hard to get a hold of that information now.
Does your dick look like a hot dog? What kind of hot dog does it look like? Send us a picture of your genitals looking like various styles of hot dogs. iaptplays@gmail.com. Make sure you put in the subject line
Your dick in a poppy seed bun.
yeah, or something of that. Like, just put hot dogs or dick pics or just genitals.
We'll kiss a mustard on it.
Well, why are we asking people to send us pictures of their genitals?
Because we have an email.
It's
Is
true.
there another?
It's true. You're right. We
use?
have an email.
I didn't even know that.
Do we want to talk about another one?
Yeah, let's go ahead and let's move on, I guess. All right. Uh, Bennington College in the 40s had a number of mysterious disappearances. I'm guessing it was a serial killer. Just gonna throw out my theory right at the beginning before you have any information. I'm superseding you on this one. Okay.
It's fine. I already took off my true
December-
crime hat, so I'm just listening now. I'm thinking about all those dick pics that we're gonna get.
This
Carry on.
sneeze guard really hard. Yeah, I know it's not a sneeze guard. That's just what I call it. I just smacked the shit out of it with my hand. This is going great, I think.
It is. I think this is gonna be.
God.
I think this is gonna be one of our best episodes yet.
No, it's a low bar.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I mean, did you hear the last one? Fuck.
I did hear the last one. I enjoyed it. Anyway, Bennington College, December 1946. Paula Jean Weldon went out for a walk. Never heard from again. Okay. Then 3 years later, the wife of James Tilford. The internet does not have her name. That seems grossly unfair. They're like, this lady disappeared, and they don't even know her name.
What do you mean? She's the wife of James Tilford. The wife of James. That
maybe she wasn't married. Maybe that was her name.
That's her.
I'm the wife of James Tilford.
Yeah, that's
You're
her.
3 years old. How can you be the wife of James Tilford? That's just my name. Blame my parents.
That's her part in this play that we call life.
Well, it's messed up. I don't like it.
God bless
Okay.
you, Joe. You want
I
I understand.
I don't
You
like
want-
injustice.
people are people, and they deserve dignity and respect. You're absolutely right.
I mean, it also sucks that she disappeared and something horrible happened to her. That's bad too. Okay. And then so James Telford, who history does record the name of, was last seen sleeping on a bus. He had his effects with him.
Wait, what year was this?
Case whatever. 1949.
Okay. So the blatant
All right.
sexism makes sense then.
Yeah.
All right.
So he was seen sleeping, and then he was not on the bus when it reached its final destination. Nobody knew what the fuck happened to him. All of his stuff was still there. Like, well, dude's gone. The bus driver doesn't remember seeing him get off the bus. Maybe he did like a quick change of clothes into like a, you know how they do backstage real quick, into like a shiny leotard and like a big headdress.
James Telford,
So-
master of disguise.
Looked like the Chiquita banana lady. They probably wouldn't have recognized them as the same person.
But they probably would have
The hat
noted.
Probably would have worked.
They probably would have
Yeah.
noted if there was such a flamboyant costume or disguise.
But they wouldn't have thought it was James Telford. Like,
But they would have noted the fucking banana hat. I'm like, yeah, well,
Maybe.
the only thing I remember is there was this like sleeping bum dude, and then at the last stop there was this fucking stunningly beautiful banana hat lady that got off the bus while singing and dancing.
Those events are unconnected.
See, I think he went for the more subtle approach and was like, James Telford,
Put on a hat,
master of disguise,
sunglasses. Yeah.
Gonna get on the bus and be a sleeping bum and put on a hat and get off as a businessman.
Fake mustache.
It was the 40s after all, you know, everyone wore a hat. So,
Yep. And coats. Lots of hats and coats.
not a lot of mustaches during that time though.
Well, when was the little thin pencil mustache? When was that? Was like 30s, right?
Oh yeah, it was like 20s,
was in vogue.
30s. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like before that, it was like the big, thick handlebar. I don't know. I want to call them like monarchist
Like wider
mustache.
mustaches.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Prussian
mustaches.
Prussians always having their.
A Prush stash, if you will.
Oh, I will. I will.
Yeah. Not too many of those around in the 40s and 50s. That's when everyone's pretty clean cut and
Selling razors, right? That was the big push. Was they wanted to sell a bunch of razors, so they did a marketing blitz, right? That's how that came about.
Yeah, Gillette. Like my grandpa had this razor, a Gillette razor, that had like this little like cocking arm on it that he got. It had to have been like fucking 50 years old, this razor, but he had it for pretty much his entire adult life. And they still make razor cartridges for this thing that was made.
Planned obsolescence there.
Yeah, this thing was made in like the 60s, and they still make razor cartridges to this day for that particular razor.
Yeah, built to last.
Yeah. Well, not the razors themselves. They were just like single use, you know, you just fucking pulled the lever on it and it shot out the side, and then you cocked it back in, and then there was a new one.
Ejected like Batman's forearm batarangs.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Sprint across the room, wedged in the wall. It was a different time. Things didn't have to be safe then. Everyone basically probably lost a finger every morning. That's how that went.
Well, I mean, yeah. That's why you got like the old cliche of the hungover dad in the 50s with like 50 little tiny pieces of toilet paper on his face because he was too drunk to shave correctly and just cut the fuck out of his face. But by noon, all those cuts were healed, and he was already sprouting a new beard. That was dad for you in the 50s.
Good old 50s dad.
You got any more?
Yeah.
Well, I want to hear another one.
Yeah, I like this one. Yeah. This one's about a boat. We're going nautical.
It's not a missing person, it's a missing boat.
It's both. You get a twofer.
Well, I mean,
Actually,
obviously
5 people missing.
If the boat's missing,
6 for.
Then the people on the boat are missing as well, I'm assuming.
But you can have a missing boat without having missing people. Someone just doesn't tie it up. Right?
Where to go?
When they moor it. Okay. February 1979. 5 friends took the fishing boat, the Sarah Joe, out for a day of fun fishing off the coast of Maui.
I gotta say, right now, they named that name as a bad luck omen. If you're gonna
Sarah Joe,
yeah, if you're gonna name a boat after a person, it should be a female name followed by just an initial, not another name. So
they doomed themselves.
Yeah, if they named it Sarah J, this story would have never happened.
You're probably right. I guess in 1979 they didn't have very good weather reports, or these guys just didn't pay any attention to the weather, because when they took the boat out, they sailed right into one of the worst storms in decades.
Wait, are you telling me that there's people out there that are just complete dumb fucks and just do shit because they think that they should just do shit and nothing bad will ever happen to them? Is this what you're saying to me? Because I don't believe it for 1 second. Human beings are some of the most rational, and responsible and caring and empathetic beings on this planet. I've got a problem with this story.
We're making a podcast, so all right. The boat was found. When the fuck did we find it?
I thought you said the boat disappeared.
Well, it did for 10 years. And then they found it on one of the Marshall Islands, which is, I don't know, like 2,000 some odd miles southwest of Hawaii, kind of between the Philippines.
And the boat was still seaworthy?
No, it was wrecked.
Oh, okay.
But the real mysterious part is next to the wrecked boat was a grave, and it dug it up, and it was the grave of one of the 5 friends. I don't know if this wasn't a little early for DNA matches. I don't know, maybe they did a dental match. Anyway, they identified the remains as one of these 5 people, but no other remains were found. 4 other people just gone. Probably eaten by huge island rats.
Yeah, it happens.
You ever heard that? Like the closed systems, like an island, like big things get small and small things get big. Like bugs and rodents.
It's called island dwarfism or island gigantism. And there's evidence of like elephants the size of like golden retrievers. And then there's like,
that's good. I want to see that.
And then there's like ducks the size of fucking giraffes. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And fleas the size of a car.
It's not true.
Okay. No, it's not.
There's only one time
sensationalizing
on the planet I think it was during the fucking, what's it called? I don't remember the era. But yeah,
Great Depression.
there was so much oxygen on the planet that insects grew to ridiculous size.
Yeah, they're huge.
Yeah.
That's frightening.
That was millions
I
of
mean, I'm
years
not like
ago.
super scared of bugs. I mean, if a spider lands on me, I don't freak out. It's like it's a spider, no big deal. But the thought of like a cockroach, like 3 feet long.
A cockroach
It's a little-
you can put a saddle on and ride.
Yeah,
That freaks you out? I don't know. I'd rather ride a
Little bit.
cockroach than a horse.
you ever ridden a horse?
Yeah.
You like it?
No, I like riding horses. I mean, I haven't ridden
I've done
one
it. I guess I don't.
in quite a while, but
I'm not like a huge fan. It's not something I would like. I don't know. I guess if the opportunity came up, I might do it. I wouldn't go out of my way for it though.
what if you had to
Anyway, that's my thoughts on horse riding.
what if you had to cross a desert? And the only means available is this
Probably just
horse.
walk.
This shabby ass horse. And you
Okay.
go, well, can I ride this horse across the desert?
Does it have a name?
Well, you ask the stable hands, hey, well, what's the horse's name? And they say, I don't know. And that's all you get out of them.
Potatoes. It's-
And that horse's name was Potatoes. That's P-O-T with
True story.
8 O's.
Potatoes. You think the 4 people that didn't have graves from the Sarah Joe, think they all ate each other?
Well, I mean, okay, well, this is the way that shit works. Life. I mean, if there's no... Like, the only way that you'd be able to preserve a body on, like, a deserted island is if you would bury them in a grave. In the sand on a beach.
Okay.
That's a good place, actually, because there's not a lot of things in the sand that will like break down the bones and whatnot.
Yeah, you get little sand crabs that'll eat the
They'll eat the flesh and whatnot.
shit.
And you know, combined with the salt water, there isn't a lot of things that are gonna break down the hard, like, bones. So you're gonna get that, you know, and just like, and a fossil is amazing. And that's like a 1 in a million thing. So you think about like a dinosaur bone, and it's like that thing had to live in a very oxygen-free environment for a few million years, and then
Yeah.
the organic compounds started leaching out and mineral compounds started like replacing it in the form of the bone, and that's how you get fossils, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm guessing the other 4 people probably died horrible deaths, probably ate each other,
Yeah.
probably got eaten by other things, and their bones were scattered, and yeah, crunched up to get to the fucking marrow inside of them. Every nutrient about them was utilized in the organic process of decomposition. So yeah, of course nothing was found of them because
there was nothing left.
There's nothing left. Circle of life,
That sounds right.
Yeah,
we're gonna
the only one
check that mark.
The only one that was left was the skeleton that they buried. Because, well, I mean, they buried it so close to shore, like, nothing could get at it. Microbially speaking.
They probably had the strength and mental fortitude, I mean, physically and mentally, to dig a grave and put their friend in it. It probably went downhill real fast after that.
It was probably early on. And you said they ended up on an island in the Marshall Islands.
Yeah.
Which is like pretty much right in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
Mm-hmm.
Which is like a fucking desert. Even though you're surrounded by water, there's like no rainfall. It's always sunny. It's a death sentence to anything that needs water, basically.
Was it the rhyme of the Ancient Mariner? Water, water everywhere, not a drop to drink.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that must have sucked. Okay, so moving on.
Yeah. Let's do it. Otherwise, I'm going to get into, like, well, like, if you're in that situation, you got to do a survival by threes. Get some shelter within 3 hours. Otherwise, you're going to fucking burn alive in the sun. Get some water within 3 days. Otherwise, you're going to die of thirst. Get some food within 3 weeks. Otherwise, you're going to starve. You got to follow those rules of threes. Shelter, water, food. And if you got shelter, great. You got water, great. You got food, great. You're going to live. But if you don't have any of those three things within the time frame of those three things, yeah, you're gonna die for sure.
Life pro tips with Mike Gustafson.
Yeah, like and subscribe to our Patreon. And I'll send you a signature survival knife that'll get you out of anything. Just kidding. I'm not going to do that. I'm just saying that.
Yeah, don't do that.
There's no such thing as a survival knife.
It's just a knife.
It's just a knife.
With some matches in the handle.
Yeah.
And a compass that doesn't work.
All of that shit is garbage.
Did you get one of those when you were a kid from like the swap meet?
Yeah. Well, no, I got one from a surplus store.
Knife?
The Rambo knife, yeah. Had the fishing gear in it and the compass on the hilt.
Yep.
Yeah. It didn't work.
Yeah, I had one too.
And the blade broke because it was a piece of shit, and also I didn't use it correctly. So obviously, if you don't use a knife correctly, it's gonna fucking break. It's gonna use it for a different purpose than it was intended. It's gonna fucking break. no matter what you
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, you can't change a tire with it.
Nope.
It's gonna break.
Also, if it's a piece of shit, you can't do anything with it, really.
You can't even use it for its intended purpose.
But it looks cool.
That's what you get for cheaping out. Yep. But it's a badass Klingon knife.
Don't get me
Got
started.
jagged serrations on it.
Don't get me started on the Klingon knife. The one where you press the button and the two little things come out of the sides. Don't even get me started on that one.
Yeah, I think even when I was a kid watching Star Trek, that seems impractical. But it's in space, so whatever.
Yeah, what are you going to do with a fucking dagger in space?
All right, now we're talking about
Oh.
stab some idiot.
You're stuttering again.
Like that quote. What are you going to do? Stab me? Quoted by the guy who got stabbed. Oh, great. Again.
All right, we got another one. We got another
And
case.
we're back. Yeah. Yeah, we got one more.
One more. All right.
Keith Reinhardt. Okay, no, actually, back up. First, we're talking about Tom Young, who in 1987 near Silver Plume,
Like
Colorado,
the soup? Tom Yum?
Pretty close.
I love Tom Yum soup.
Tom Young. Do you prefer Tom Kha or Tom Yum
I like them both.
soup when it comes to Thai soups?
I like them both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always get them mixed up. I can never remember which one is which.
I like
Which one has the coconut?
that's Tom Kha. That's the one with the coconut and the
Okay.
mushrooms.
I think I like Tom Yum. That's my preferred.
Tom Yum is the
I think Tom
the
Yum
clear
is the lemongrass
with the lemongrass. I prefer Tom Yum as an appetizer,
Yeah.
and I prefer Tom Kha as like a main soup if you're gonna eat a bunch of soup. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome to
I like it
Thai
sick.
Soup Talk
The
with
Tom
Mike
Kha-
and Joe.
Tom Kha. Do you prefer a vegetarian or do you like some meat in it? Maybe some chicken?
It depends. Yeah, I mean it's cool. Whatever. Whatever's in it is fine with me. Yeah. No preference.
Okay, so 1987 Silver Plume. Tom Young. Young. Not to be confused with the Thai soup, which he was frequently. He went to take his dog for a walk and then never returned. Nobody knows what happened to the dog, that's got to be the saddest part of this tale.
Wait, what year was
Also
it
didn't say
again?
what kind of dog it was. 1987.
Okay. And what part of the country was it in?
So, Colorado. Rocky
Okay.
Mountains. Actually, I don't know if Silver Plume was in the rocky part or the flat part. Because Colorado's got both.
I don't know.
I didn't bother to look it up because I didn't care that much. Just enough to look up the story.
I'm with you, buddy.
Okay. So a little bit later, Keith Reinhardt took over Young's retail space. It doesn't say what for. I don't know if you had a do-it-yourself ceramic shop or a Thai food restaurant, or maybe it was a Nathan's hot dogs chain.
Well, if it
Could
was
be anything.
if it was Thai food, then Tom Young would. Yeah, that's where a lot of the confusion came from.
Yeah, that makes sense. That checks out.
He's like, hello,
Okay, so
hello, Queef Reinhard's Thai Emporium. Tom Yum.
oh
Yes, this is
man,
Tom Young. No, I want some Tom Yum. Yes, this is Tom Young. Can I help you? Tom Yum. All right, now I think this is like kind of edging on like racism. What I'm doing right now, so I'm gonna stop doing
we're
it.
not there yet, but yeah. Okay, so Keith Reinhardt, uh, I guess looked into Tom Young's story because he was in the guy's old shop. Maybe he was a tool and die engineer, or pastry chef, or made homemade dildos. I don't know. Anyway, Keith found
Farm to
Tom
table
Young's story.
dildos.
Found it so compelling. He began to write a novel where he melded the characters of himself and Tom Young into one. They were a composite. And then a year later, some hunters found Tom Young's body. Yeah.
Wait. So this guy
Uh,
made like some fan fiction about him and his employee?
no, they were totally separate businesses. He didn't even know the guy. He just heard about him. They were like, oh yeah, the guy that used to have this shop before you. Guy fucking took his dog for a walk, never came back. And
Oh, so he made
Reinhardt,
fan fiction about
right.
the guy that disappeared.
But he like put some elements of himself into the character.
All right.
Yeah. So then a year later, some hunters found Tom Young's body, who had a gunshot wound to the head and a presumed suicide.
And a very distinct lemongrass taste.
Yes, that was noted
Sorry.
in the police report.
Sorry.
So then shortly after, Mr. Keith Reinhardt went out for a hike, never returned. What a strange tale that was.
What was the dog's name?
History does not record it. I'm looking around my room for a good name for a dog.
Lady.
Yep, it was named Lady, but it was a male dog.
It's okay. It's fine.
You can name a male dog Lady. The dog doesn't care.
The dog is totally fine with non-binary names.
Yeah, it's all just recognizable phonetics.
What kind of dog was it? Does it say?
No, I'm looking around my room for a good name for a breed of dog.
Did the other guy have a dog as well?
No, that was a key missing component.
He had a cat.